And here we are in the Creator Corner, where we sit back, lounge a bit, talk about what it's like to be writers, what it's like to work in the comic industry, talk about clients, talk about uh, writing itself, all that good stuff. Today we're gonna do Creative Corner a little differently. I have something silly up my sleeve.
Oh
Uh,
God, I
I
am
guess it's just the
heavily
theme of
worried
today's
now.
episode with the news and now the Creative Corner,
I am
and
so
with that
concerned
hope.
now.
Well, you should be because we are launching into Katie's amazing Spectropular. I have put together an amassment of tropes in comic books, pretty heavily superhero comic books. And instead of just talking about these tropes, I have set up a game for us called Subvert, Embrace, Eliminate. Uh, Jay, are you familiar with the game Fuck, Mary Kill?
Yes, I am. I think I know how this is gonna work. So we have subvert the trope, embrace the trope, or what was the last one?
Eliminate the trope.
Eliminate the trope. So okay. I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And odds are, I feel like I'm gonna be saying subvert on a lot of things you'd want me to eliminate because
Well,
I
the
really like.
important thing
Yeah.
is I have grouped them into pods of three.
Yes, I kind of
So
figured.
you
And then
you
yeah. That's
you
how
won't
the
be
game
able to
works. I'm here
subvert
for it.
everything.
No, but I feel like I'm gonna choose subvert on a lot of things you'd rather me eliminate. So this will
That
be
is
fun.
that is
I
fair. That
like
is
subverting shitty tropes, so it's what
and
I do.
I support you in that endeavor. But let's jump right into round one. Coming in
Okay,
hot, subvert, embrace.
I can I ask one question?
Sure.
Are you also like? Are we both giving our
I
things?
figure we both give our
Okay,
things, and
cool,
then
cool, cool,
we can see where the
cool.
conversation
I just wanted to
goes
make sure
from
that we
there.
knew how we were doing this. Okay,
That's
let's do
fair.
it.
That's fair. A rules guy.
I am a rules guy. Yeah.
All right. So round one: heroes fighting heroes stories,
You know that's
universe
my favorite
changing
trope.
events,
Ah.
and death being temporary in comics.
Ooh. Okay. Man, I hate because you have two things that I like here. I'm
I know.
subverting death being temporary. That's a subvert. I feel like that's the easy
Oh,
subvert.
what do you think would be the way to subvert it? Just killing someone and leaving them dead?
No, I mean technically, but I think it's more of like, man, am I gonna reference Gotham Knights here as like all
Wait, the
things?
show or the game?
The game
Okay,
of
amazing.
all
Gold
things. But I'm
star.
like, we're like, you bring them back just to immediately murder them again. You
That
know?
was pretty freaking good.
Yeah, something like that, where it's like you think, or even like, man, I don't know why I'm not referencing comics, but I don't know if it's been subverted that much in comics because people just tend to come back. Maybe you can say like a Red Hood or a Winter Soldier is kind of a way to subvert the usual characters
Hmm.
coming back because you do it a little bit differently. But I'm gonna reference also, Arrow did a similar thing. We're like, oh man, we're gonna throw this guy in the Lazarus pit like we've done with every other character, but no, this time can't do it, and the character stays dead. So something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna subvert that. um, what was the first one again?
Hero fighting hero
Yeah, I
stories?
gotta embrace hero fighting hero. I love hero fighting hero stories. I know people have gotten sick of it. And not, I will never. I love the like who is more powerful, who would win type thing, and I love seeing it in comic books. Not getting rid of that. We'll never get rid of that. We'll never want that changed. Keep doing it. We'll get rid of the universe change, especially if that's like rebooting and shit like that. Like,
Mhm.
nah, okay, let's get rid of that universe. Let's eliminate the universe changing
All
events.
right. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. I think I'm gonna fully eliminate the death is temporary trope.
Very fair.
Be more precious with your characters, kill them and keep them dead. I think that is, words to live by.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'm gonna subvert universe changing events.
Okay. What does that look
Because
like? What does that look like?
I feel like instead of having these events that change the entire universe, you look at something like Flashpoint, where we look at what that universe could look like, and then don't do that. Even though Flashpoint obviously
I was gonna
created
say,
a
and then
million
you're
things,
yeah,
but with the conceit of like the Flashpoint Earth dying, I
yeah.
feel like that's nice. Like we see what this other Earth could be, and then we put it away.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fair. That's fair. I'm here
yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah. And then I am also embracing hero fighting hero stories.
There is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the hero fighting hero story. That
Here's the
is
thing. I think
good
it's
shit.
tired in terms of like oh, we don't know each other, so we're gonna fight each other before
Nope,
we
nope,
team up.
nope. I
I'm
contend
not. That
that
is
the
the
first
part that
time
I'm not
heroes
a
meet each
huge.
other should always be a fight before we get anything.
The
Always,
rules guy wants a
always,
very
always.
stratified power tier list.
Yep, I do. I want to know. I want every time heroes meet for the first time, I want that little misunderstanding, fight, and then you can come around and do whatever moving it forward. But every time two characters meet, want a battle. Just gonna start there.
All right, well, that is going to be the end of round one, which takes us to round two, and this one is a little stickier. Uh, Fridging a love interest, which of course is killing them off just to
I
motivate the
I
main
have
character.
I have strong opinions on the
I know
fridging
you
thing.
do.
Yeah.
Dead parents backstory,
Ooh.
and create your own hero slash create your own villain, where like the hero is the reason the villain becomes a villain, or the villain is
I like all
directly
of
in
these
charge.
tropes. So let me
Imagine
start.
liking Fridging.
Well, let
Please
me
defend
start with my
yourself.
opinion on fridging because I think fridging's over. I think fridging is a true and like knowable and real gripe when it's used for a character who already like exists on their own as like a strong character. But when a character is introduced in a way like if you were telling a book about X superhero and that superhero has a love interest, be it male or female, killing that love interest is a can be a very good plot line. Like the weird thing is like the term comes from Kyle Rayner's girlfriend being killed. I think that's a perfectly acceptable instance of it. Something like Kamala being killed in the Spider-Man book recently is a example of it being done poorly when it shouldn't be done. Like so say subvert fridging because I think you can kill off a character in an interesting way to motivate other characters, but there is absolutely some truth behind like just use this character as like a tool for depth to motivate somebody else. So that's my play there. I'm going to I'm sorry, what was the third one?
uh, the kind of create your own hero or create your own villain, where the villain
I'm
does
gonna embrace
something that
that. I'm gonna embrace that. I really like villains and heroes that are tied together. Sinestro and Hal, Reverse Flash and Flash. Like those are the best hero villain rivalries in comic
what's
books.
interesting is that that's going to be something that comes up in a future round.
Mm. So
Ooh.
that's we're embracing that, and we'll kill the dead parents. I think that has gotten tired. It was good when it was first, but every single superhero does not need to have dead parents, so we'll eliminate that. So there's my
Perfect.
opinion on
That's a
that.
clean one. That's a clean one. I like where you got to with subverting the fridging. I do think that even with like disposable love interests, it's still because I think a big part of the kind of rise of this attention paid to these deaths is when it happens predominantly to women in a kind of story medium that doesn't always portray women in the best way. Uh, and I don't know. I think that killing a love interest is a good motivation, but only if we care about the love interest. So,
That's a
like,
very fair point.
yeah. Uh, but I also think that if you don't give their death the kind of like moment it deserves, then you're really cheapening the death itself. Like I think that the killing of a love interest should resonate with the reader instead of the reaction of the hero seeing their dead love interest as that kind of resonant point. So I'm going to eliminate fridging just because I think that subverting can work, but as it is, just get it out of here. Um, I am going to. Uh, I think I'm going to embrace the create your own hero, create your own villain as well. Also love a tied backstory. It
It's
creates such
good.
good
It's
like
just
just
good.
multi-leveled dramatic tension
If
with
you had
them.
done like the villain with inverse powers, I would have been more, inclined to maybe get rid of because that I think gets tired. But tied origins, good shit.
There you go, there you go. And so I'm going to, I suppose, subvert the dead parents by
How do
not
you do
killing their
that?
parents.
That's
Not my.
eliminate. Tell me how the hell you subvert dead parents. I need
I
to
mean,
know.
I think you can subvert dead
I feel like
parents
that's
into
what parents
reference
are alive the
Flashpoint
whole
again,
time,
but
right?
by killing their son instead.
Oh, okay.
There you
Killing the
go.
sun
There
instead.
you go.
Okay,
Uh,
that's morbid, Katie.
well, I'm a Thomas Wayne stan. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's going to take us into our next round, which has a recurring theme here. So, option one, the villain to hero pipeline. Uh, Number
Oh,
two, I know you hate that.
I
Uh,
do.
Number two is just mirror matching with the hero when their opponent has their exact same power set,
Oh, I just
essentially.
mentioned that.
That's
Good shout. I
look
hate
at that.
that too. Well, I don't hate that. That's anyway. Keep going.
And number three is when rogues are transplanted amongst heroes. Like,
Okay, I
you
have no
know,
issue with that. I'm gonna embrace that.
that's
I
fair.
have
That's
no
fair.
issue
These
with
aren't
rogues
all
moving.
bad
Embraced.
tropes. There are a number of tropes in here that I love.
I'm gonna embrace the rogues moving to different heroes. I do think it's obnoxious when like their primary person is completely changed. Like when Deathstroke like kind of loses that connection to Dick that I think is a little
Yeah.
bit stronger than any other villain. But we'll embrace that. That's perfectly fine. I hate these two other tropes so much. Well, so we have what so we have I'm sorry we have
The
villain hero
villain
with
to hero, or
and then villain.
possibly stopping at anti-hero.
Yeah.
The mirror match with the hero and the
Mirror match.
transplanted
I'm gonna
rogues.
subvert mirror match, which I
Oh,
know you're gonna. That's a little bit weird one to subvert. I feel like it's where they're similar but different. We're gonna say like some sort of like I guess maybe like a like a dark flash type thing where it's like
mhm.
the
The
like
tortoise.
yeah. Well, turtle is a great one too. Like something where it's like it's there, but there's an interesting little angle on it where it's like it's a little bit different.
It's
You
fair.
know,
A little
even
bit of a fun house mirror instead of a regular mirror.
I'll call the different lanterns. You know that because like yes, technically same powers, but like because they draw on different things, I think there's interest
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think that's a good
Um,
subversion.
yeah. And then we are killing. Get it the fuck out of here. Villain to anti-hero to hero. Hero to villain. Good stuff. Can be very interesting. Get out of here with Red Hood palling around with the rest of them like nothing's wrong and like that. Get out of here with Harley Quinn being able to just be on superhero teams and like
That's
work
where I
with
thought you were
superheroes all
going
the
with
time.
this immediately.
That is my least favorite thing. Like you want Harley Quinn to spin out of Joker, great. Obviously, very good story, very strong story. Let her be her own villain then. Like that is more
Right?
interesting and
To
fun.
reference Gotham Knights again, I think Gotham Knights did
Yeah.
Harley great.
Yeah. That's much more interesting to have her then stand alone on her own as her own villain or something like that. Yeah, no, too much Black Adam. It's too much villain to anti-hero to hero. Fuck it. No, gone. Kill it. Bury it.
Beautiful. It's eliminated. I'm actually gonna fall on the exact same strata as you there, so I don't think
Oh,
there's much more to chat about with that one. So moving on to our next round,
yes.
we have kind of power origins. We have lab accidents causing powers. We
So
have
Flash,
genetic powers, so like alien or otherwise, and then
mutants.
we have our beloved non-powered heroes.
Ooh. Uh okay, I'm gonna say subvert non-powered heroes just because that's what I tried to do in the first comic book I ever wrote, even though it was really shit. But we're gonna say that because I think that's fun. Um, I'm gonna. I feel like I should kill lab accidents because it's very overused.
I mean, all of Spider-Man's villains.
But I'm going to kill like always having powers, mutants,
Ooh,
aliens, etc.
Rip
Because
Superman.
I don't know. I think it works really well in something like well, Superman, but I think it works really well in like when you're doing like the mutant universe. Like, oh, here's this like, but I feel like that fucks around so much like with something in the Marvel universe where you're like, well, the mutants are all hated because of like this, and that, but then all these other superheroes are fine because they get their powers in a different way. So I think it can
Spider-Man's
be for
decided refusal to be a mutant.
yeah. So I feel like there's it can be problematic for the way that it plays with other things in like a shared universe. So I'm gonna kill
Mhm.
that, and I'll embrace lab accidents. You know what, man? Flash, we got Hulk, we got a lot of good things out of lab accidents. If you want to consider Spider-Man kind of a lab accident, like
Yeah.
I, lab accidents have been good to us, so I'm gonna I'll let
Joseph
that live.
Jasonowski says death to mutants. Get
No,
him.
I quite like. I feel like I tweeted out a couple days ago how like in defense of the Fox X-Men movies. So like and I didn't like the Death of X storyline. I thought that was a bad comic book. So
Well, I am going to fully embrace genetic powers. I love the trope of like puberty hitting and your powers kicking in.
that's
Uh,
good, actually.
it's so
Invincible. I
good.
wasn't really thinking of that. I
Oh,
wasn't
I
thinking of
was
like
more
the
thinking about
belated
John Kent,
powers.
but that
I was
works
thinking people
too.
like grew up with the powers. I wasn't
Mm.
thinking about like them kicking in later. You got me.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna fully embrace
Mhm.
that. I think I'm going to subvert non-powered heroes as well. I feel like you need a little something to justify them, kind of like what you were saying
Would you consider
when you.
Daredevil a subversion of non-powers because
Okay,
he has
okay.
powers? What
Here's
about
the
the
thing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Do you consider them a
Ooh,
subversion of non-powers? Because I do.
I do too. Like, if your superpower does not assist in your crime fighting,
Exactly. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles best subversion of non-powers. You heard it here, folks.
beautiful. You heard it here first. And I'm gonna get rid of lab accidents.
Okay,
I
that's
think they're
fair.
a little
I think that's the
contrived.
right answer. I think that's the right answer, but I didn't want to do it.
That's all right. They are fun. They are fun. All right, I've got a few more rounds queued up here. If you're game to keep going,
Let's just keep going, and we can pick the
yeah,
best one to like include in the episode, and maybe do an uncut thing somewhere.
for sure, for
Maybe
sure.
just upload like the rest of them in their own little thing. I don't know. We'll decide.
That's super fair. Yeah, I know that you're just having fun with my little game.
I am
Uh,
enjoying the game. Maybe we can get shorts out of the ones that don't, go up. I
oh,
don't know.
this is
Well,
perfect thing to talk about during the episode. Uh,
yeah, we'll cut it.
JK,
I don't know, or we
we'll
will.
cut it.
People will listen. Who
You're in
cares?
charge
People
of
will help
cutting
me
this,
make
Jay.
decisions on what to put in and like do shit with. I
All
don't think
right,
anybody thinks.
next round.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. So
Yes,
let's
yes,
keep.
yes. Our next round is a little villain flavored. Uh, Number one, incompetent goons. So having just like
Arkham has made me
essentially.
love incompetent goons.
Fair enough, fair enough. Uh, Number two, the villain in quotes who can't control their powers, so they're like framed as a villain until they find them
I
like,
think
oh,
that's
this is
overused.
a teenager who's gonna explode. And
Yeah.
three, the Arkham slash Reuters cycle of, oh, we're throwing them in Arkham and they're
Oh,
breaking out.
I hate that too. Okay, I'm killing that. I'm burying that. Burying the Arkham cycle. More
I mean,
heroes
it's
need to kill their
ironic.
villains.
Uh,
I've been pretty staunchly anti absolute no kill rule. I'm down with heroes not wanting to kill or not being like that. But Jesus Christ, when your villain is broken out like 10 times to mass murder, I get it from a comic book standpoint. But no, let's kill that. That's garbage. Um, we're going to subvert I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. What was the second one again?
the villain who can't control their
Yeah,
powers.
subvert the villain who can't control their powers because I don't like that trope at all. So I think subverting it in a way that's like, oh, we think that that's what's going on, but it turns out this whole time they could kind of, and they were like playing dumb or playing, like asking for help from the heroes. Like, I can't control it. I really need your help just to like get in, and then like, boom, it turns out they're actually been like fully bad this whole. I think that's fun. And then we'll what was the first one? That's going to be embraced by default. But
Incompetent goons.
yeah, I said I like that. I said I like that from Arkham a lot. I think Compton Goons can be very, very funny to play off of villains. Like they're good for villains to essentially monologue to, but they're like,
Mhm.
and I like a good villain just being like, thrown around by a villain. It's fun. A good
There you
little
go.
goon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to subvert the incompetent goons. I feel like we've seen a few good instances of this. In Justice League Endless Winter, there's that one dude who can like replicate himself, and
Oh,
as
I
he
love
replicates
that. I
himself
love that whole
more,
team in Endless
his
Winter.
like
There's so much
goons
fun.
become
Catman.
weaker. Good old Catman. Uh,
Catman. Yeah,
so I think that is a good way to do like
I
just
like
a
that. I like
wall
that.
of goons.
I like
Um,
that.
I'm also gonna kill the Arkham prison cycle. Like, I understand where it's coming from, both from an editorial and from like in you like looking specifically at Batman, where it's like Batman can't kill them because like that's illegal. Uh, I like he can keep doing his thing because he's capturing people.
Gotham
Uh,
not having the death penalty is a very interesting
it's
thing.
exactly. I think it's dumb, which is why I'm just killing the trope altogether. Uh, and then I am going to embrace the villain in quotes who can't control their powers. I
I
think that as
hate
long
that
as it's
trope.
done sparingly, like I think it
It's
works
not
really
done
well,
sparingly.
especially in like a kind of cartoon medium. Uh,
It's done so much in cartoons, though, man.
yeah, but I think that's where it belongs and where it does itself well.
I respect your opinion. I do not like it at all.
Well, I will have to live with that. Are you ready for the hardest of these rounds?
I am.
All
I'm very
right.
excited.
Embrace, eliminate, subvert. Capes,
Capes,
domino masks,
domino masks,
and alliterative names.
alliterative names. I'm embracing alliterative names. Proven
He
strategy for
says
name
as Joseph
recognition.
Jasonowski.
Proven strategy for name recognition. It works. There's a reason for it. We're gonna keep that. Um, would subverting that just be like the Stan Lee thing of forgetting their name and just keeping the alliteration but changing the name from issue to issue?
Yes, for sure.
um, I don't know how you subvert one of the like a costume thing. I guess I'll just say subverting capes because I think there's been funny things of like superheroes going out with a cape for their first like timeout and then being like, nope, never again. Cape bad. Cape got in my
Dude,
face. Whatever.
I love when Dick becomes Batman and he's like, this cape is so heavy, dude. I can't do anything. And so they get him a lighter cape because he can't Batman with Bruce's cape.
Oh man. So what?
So you're embracing the domino mask.
Yes, I am because you know what, man. There's nothing wrong with a little domino mask. It works. It works. I think people get a little too hung up because they're constantly seeing both people and like, how do people not recognize this person? It's like the assumption isn't usually when you see somebody who looks like somebody else that they're the same person, you
Right?
know? So I cut
Especially
a
when
lot of
it's like
slack to
a
that.
famous person. It's like, oh, you look
Yeah.
kind of like Superman.
Yeah, I cut a lot of slack towards that. Especially Superman. I feel like the idea of like everybody thinks Superman. Why would you think Superman has like another idea? I would just be like, oh,
Right?
Superman's probably always Superman. Like, why would
Yeah.
he be somebody else? Anyway, getting off
Anyway,
track. But
yeah,
that's my limit.
I'm gonna agree with your order there, but I'm going to embrace domino masks first. I love a domino mask. It's my favorite thing.
Oh
Oh my
man,
gosh. Throw
one of
that
your
onto
favorite
every
characters,
character.
Domino Mask.
I don't know, man. I don't pick favorites. I love
No.
all my children equally. I don't particularly care for Tim. Uh,
Which one of us was going to be the first to shit on Tim on this podcast? It would have been a very interesting question. Katie won that.
there we go. We look. He's fine. He's not allowed to grow. So
He's
how am I
fine
supposed
with
to
the
like
voice
him?
crack is the perfect explanation of Tim Drake as a character.
No, so many people love Tim, and I understand. I mean, I don't
I don't
understand, but I
understand. I
accept
don't
it.
understand.
All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
Next round.
Yeah.
This is kind of just stupid things that heroes do, hiding their secret identity from their loved ones to, protect them. Illicit love affairs with
Don't say
villains.
act them like that. I resent that.
Oh, we can
I
get
resent
into it.
that.
We can get
I
into
resent that.
it. Illicit love affairs with their villains.
Oh. Oh, with
And
the villains. I
just
thought you were just going to be in general. Okay.
no, with their villains,
Okay.
and just kind of in general love triangles.
Oh, okay. So when you say illicit love affair, do you mean like a literal affair, like cheating on their partner with a villain?
No, I
Or
mean
just,
that they are sleeping with, or smooching on.
because if we
their
were doing like
villains.
heroes cheating is my least favorite because it's a constant thing, and I'm like, these are supposed to be like these like grand,
These moral
moral
upstanding.
like Dick Grayson is held up as like the beacon of morality in DC, and he's cheated on how many fucking women, and I'm
It's
like,
not his fault.
I mean. You're right in the sense that it's writer's fault, but
It's
it is
the
kind of
writer's
his
fault.
fault in universe.
Look, it's fine.
So I'm going to kill the
They
love
were on a
triangle.
break.
I'm gonna kill the love triangle because I feel like it
That
can
is
get very
very
tired.
fair.
I don't inherently hate love triangles. I feel like they never are done well in comic books specifically. So yeah,
Let Jean and Scott and Logan all kiss.
we're going to the one that comes to my mind is Babs, Dick, and
That's
Corey,
fair.
which is just him flipping between them like every other book is like the worst thing for him as a character, for them as characters, for DC. Like, just stop that. So we're
Yeah,
gonna kill
please
that.
let my boy be happy.
What was the first one again? I'm sorry.
The first one was hiding your secret identity from your loved ones.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I kind of want to embrace both of the two that are left because I have no problem with either of these. I'm embracing hiding a secret identity. I think that's a good thing. Like, the Marvel idea of just like no secret identities for a lot of the characters, I think is just dumb.
Here's the thing: secret identities from loved ones
Yeah,
specifically.
but here's the thing. Here's my strong opinion. A secret identity only matters if it's from loved ones from a storytelling perspective. Like, a secret identity from the world doesn't really do anything from story's perspective. Like, a lot of TV shows get to the point where like I'm talking specific because comics do a little bit better with this. TV
Mhm.
shows get to the point where like everybody who is around the character at any point in the show knows who they are. So you're not hiding your identity anymore. Whereas in comics they do it a little bit better. Sometimes it still kind of gets there. But yeah, I like secret identities, man. I like the two halves of the life. I like them having to like bounce back and forth and like run away to go do something. I do think it's a little funny that it's like, why? I don't believe that the crime is always happening just as they need to do their important thing in their personal life. So that's where I have a little bit of the issue with it, but I enjoy that. I'll subvert. I'm trying to think of how you subvert like a love affair with a villain. Maybe like the like method of like pretending to be like falling for the seductresses or the like
Mhm.
the villain's like charms only to actually like turn back around and like get them. And that could
Mhm.
be fun. I kind of like that. So yeah, that I'm happy with
There you
my
go. There you go.
my
Yeah.
choices. Yeah.
I'm gonna subvert hiding secret identities from loved ones because I think you've made a good point. Uh, but also, if you're living together, you know,
Oh no, at that
like
point, yeah, no. But loved
exactly,
ones isn't
like
just significant other. Loved ones
no,
is
for
like,
sure, for sure. Um, but like I don't know, Spider-Man hiding his identity from Aunt May. If Green Goblin
oh no
comes to blow some
From
up,
living together with parents, I'm here for it.
yeah,
Living
that's
together
I
with like,
suppose that's more what
yeah,
I was
living together with
thinking.
significant other is like what popped into my mind. I'm like, yeah, no. Once you're at that point, they need to know. But
Yeah.
no. Living with I
I
enjoy that.
also think my crazy conception here is that once you enter into like a serious romance with another
Oh
character,
yeah,
you gotta tell them. Like, if your
yeah.
relationship is built on them not knowing half of who you are, I'm gonna say
I
that's not a good relationship.
it's such an interesting point though because like you have to be at a point I think where you're like this is end game relationship because if you do it with just like any relationship that starts to get serious, man, if they're a vengeful ex when you break
Yeah.
up, that's a tough one. I feel like that's a genuine quandary. Like I like
Oh, for
that's a fun
sure.
one to
Like,
play
it
with.
is
Yeah.
definitely not something that I would be envious of Superman or Batman or whoever going through. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, no, you gotta tell the people
Yeah.
who are like
Yeah.
closest
That's
to
fair.
you.
How do you subvert that in your mind?
I think that uh you tell them, and then they go vengeful X on you and tell the world.
Yes.
I think that your concerns are the subversion. Uh
No. It's when you like, you tell them and then they break up with you and try to tell the world and then you like gaslight them really hard into like the not, that you aren't actually that hero. You have Martian Manhunter show up like as the hero next to you and everything to like just make them look really stupid in front of the whole world, you know?
Astounding. I feel like
Yeah.
that has happened with Batman.
It's
Like,
happened it's happened in
oh, I
multiple
mean, it's
occasions
happened to everyone, but
in
I was
comics,
specifically
yeah.
thinking there was a time it happened to Batman, and Alfred showed up in the backseat.
Yes. I do know what you're talking about. That's great. Yeah, Alfred wearing the bat suit's always hilarious.
Astounding.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna
I'll give
embrace
you
the
that. That's a
illicit
good
affairs
subversion.
with villains. We
Yeah,
love a little
I think
enemies to
fine. I
lovers,
think that's a perfectly fine trope. I don't know why
right?
people get bent out of
And
shape
then I'm
on
gonna
that.
eliminate love triangles as well. Get that out of
Yeah,
here.
it, that's one that I think has actually used up most of its creative juice.
Yes, yeah. All right, I have a few more for us.
I'm down to keep going. I don't
I'm
have to
so
leave for
glad.
like an hour and a half. I do have to pack my car, but
I had so much fun putting this list together and
I'm
then like
enjoying it.
grouping
I
them
do it off
thematically.
camera at this point. This is a lot of fun.
I love little games with my friends.
I'm literally
All
sitting
right.
here I would love to do one of these like in every just like one of these at the end of every podcast.
Well, unfortunately, I've used up my 12 good ones.
No,
Uh,
we'll just do some variation of fuck Mary Kill that's like in relation to what we're
Perfect.
doing. But yeah, yeah.
All
Anyway,
right, all right. Here we go. The next round: Evil Superman. That kind of general trope.
I'm not as rough on that as a lot of people are.
I know you aren't. Legacy heroes, which I know we love.
I have my issues with
I
legacy
know
heroes,
you
but not
do.
in general. I'm liking this so far.
And the kind of 90s action bro.
Oh, this is such an
I made
interesting
this
one.
one just to kick you in the face.
Oh, okay. Um, we're going to. Evil Superman has, I think, now used up its juice. It was the thing of like, I wasn't tired of it when people were tired of it because I think people were tired of it when it happened like twice. And I was
Mhm.
like, chill out. Like, people were like, oh,
Let him
it
cook,
happened
let
in
him cook.
Injustice and now it's happening in the Nightmare timeline in like the DCEU. It's happened too much. And I'm like, it's happened like twice. Let's chill out. But now it's like, okay, Invincible, which
The
obviously has
boys.
existed for a long time, the boys, but in pop culture, we're talking about a little bit more here. Um, and it's happened a decent amount. It happened in Superman and Lois. It's happened quite a bit now. So we will. I kind of want to subvert it. We're gonna subvert evil Superman, which
Oh,
I'm gonna
you're gonna
say,
subvert the subversion, man.
yeah, without like going too spoiler heavy. I kind of feel like that's what Invincible does. You know, like it's still very much an evil Superman, but like
If you're
there's
concerned about spoiling for me, I've watched the first episode of Invincible and really
no,
liked
no.
it
I
and am
meant I
going to
meant
continue.
spoilers for like things that have not
Oh,
yet happened in the TV show of Invincible for people who've read
gotcha.
the comic book. So I really don't want to go there because I feel like there's probably a
Because I
decent segment
saw
of
a
the audience
major spoiler.
that have not
Uh,
read the comic books. But I feel like Invincible is a very interesting kind of subversion of the evil Superman, even though it still is an evil Superman. So I'll subvert that. I think there's fun things you can do with like adding extra layers beyond
right.
just Superman but evil. So nuanced Superman is my idea of like of a
Nuanced
subversion.
piece.
Anti-hero Superman, maybe. I don't know, something
Oh,
like that. Yeah. So or like maybe mind controlled Superman is like subversion of evil Superman, you know?
that's a good one. We love Hush. Uh,
Um
so then we
so
have
then
Legacy Heroes and 90s Action Bros.
so I have to embrace one. Oh, that's rough though, because these are both better like subverted, I think, right? I don't want to kill legacy heroes because I do like legacy heroes. I want to kill legacy heroes existing at the same time as the main hero, you know? I want the main hero to die and then we have the legacy hero or to retire. I
Yes,
don't like both at the same time.
we
I
touched on
like
that in our
legacy
Dark
hero.
Crisis
Yeah,
episode.
I like legacy hero a lot. I don't like legacy hero at the same time as main hero. Um
So I guess the bigger question is which one are you going to eliminate? Legacy
yeah,
Hero or
yeah,
90s
yeah.
Action Bro?
Man, 90s action pro can be a lot of fun. But if we're taking like the collective sum and dividing by like the average, I feel like on average legacy heroes are better than 90 action bros. Like there are a lot of rough 90 action bros to like find a couple diamonds in the rough that I love so near and dear to my heart. So we'll kill the 90s action, especially because like I think any attempts to like redo it in the modern day have failed. So we'll
Mhm.
let that stay buried in the past and we will embrace legacy heroes for the future. But man, please let them be legacy heroes, not at the same time heroes.
All right. Well, I am shockingly not going to kill the 90s Action Bro.
You're gonna subvert?
I'm gonna subvert it. I'm gonna
That's
subvert it.
fair. I feel like
I'm
it's a
gonna
good subvert
flip
one,
that
but I had
90s
already
Action
used
Bro
my
on its head.
subversion, so I was like,
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I am waiting by the window for a beautiful butterfly of a 90s action hero to come by. I think we get it a little bit with Hellboy, where he has kind of the aesthetics and the attitude without a lot of the stuff around it.
we're gonna
Uh,
dig into Savage Dragon, so maybe we'll get you that,
yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna kill evil Superman. I don't like it when it happens to Superman, and I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of evil Superman by making him evil when it's like, he's supposed to be this all powerful being. Good thing he's the villain of your show. What are we just not gonna win? Um,
I like that. I
which is
like
which is
insurmountable odds.
fine.
Like I think most powerful man in the world being evil is like a pretty fun story. Again,
I mean, it's fine.
tired at this
I
point,
think that
but
there's kind of levels to it. When the
yeah,
most powerful man in the world is, a guy, fine. When the most powerful man in the world is literally like basically a god,
I like that though because then he
I
is
know you
like
do. I know you
tyrannical god. Great, let's do it.
do. We fall on opposite sides of how we feel about injustice in general.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
You haven't read the Injustice comics though, so I feel like
that's fair.
you don't get a
I
vote yet.
they did my boy dirty.
It's
I'm
Tom
a play
Taylor.
favorite.
Read it. They did do
All
good
right, and
things.
then I'm going
That
to
was dope.
fully embrace the legacy heroes. I
Okay.
also love legacy heroes.
Legacy heroes are great. Just
Yeah.
do it well.
All right, so looking at my favorite point of disagreement between the two of us, we're
Oh
looking at
god.
stakes.
I
in
feel like
books
so
here.
many of these were set up to make us disagree.
Believe it or not, I put thought into these lists.
Yeah, I know. Evidently.
All right,
We'll see
the
how I
next
come off
round.
looking after all this. I feel like I'm going against like the people's opinions. Like, I'm here for evil Superman, here for 90s. Like, there's things here people are gonna be like, dude, you don't know how to write well.
I mean, Kyle Higgins. It's a callback
Yeah,
to when you told me I wasn't good enough to write Radiant Black.
I
Like,
didn't
it's
think that was that crazy of an idea.
no, it's not. Radiant Black. Chef.
Katie's a very talented writer.
Oh,
But
thank you. I wasn't fishing for that. He only hangs out with me for my lists of eliminate, embrace, subvert.
which is happening now for the first time 5 years into knowing each other. 4 years.
Wowzer.
No,
Something like
5?
that.
So yeah. Anyway,
All right. So looking at stakes with this next round, alien invasions, bus
like
full
Alien
of
Invasions.
innocence, friendly
Hate Bus Full of Innocence.
friendly neighborhood hero acts. So like, saving cats from trees.
We're talking like street level heroes, essentially. Oh, like saving cats from trees. Like we're talking
We're talking
like
like the little things.
oh, we're killing that. We're burying saving
How
a cat
dare
from a
you?
tree.
How dare you?
Horrible, dumb, stupid fucking thing. Like it is the dumbest thing to be like, look, this person's good. They saved somebody from a tree. They're good, especially when it's Superman. It's like somebody's dying somewhere. Go fucking do that, Superman. No, I think it's dumb. I think that this idea of like they're only a good person, they're only like truly relatable and fun and good if they save a cat from a tree to prove it, instead of like rescuing people from a burning building. Like that's not on the same level somehow. People's like morality mind is like getting a cat from a tree. So no, not a big fan of that. There's maybe I'll say maybe I should have said something because like it depends what you. I'm thinking cat from a tree in my mind. Like the talking like somebody down from suicide is one I enjoy. Like that.
I'm talking like low stakes.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically,
okay.
saving the world, saving lives, helping.
Yeah. So if
people.
we're talking like no life, no, don't like it, dislike it a lot. So then we have. I'm sorry, I got so stuck on that one. I forgot the first.
You're good. Alien invasions and bus full of innocence.
We're gonna subvert Bus Full of Innocence. I'm trying to think of
So
how you
let the
subvert
bus
Full
fall?
of Innocence. That's not a subversion. Maybe it is. Maybe the subversion's like where you catch the bus, but like some of the innocents like come through the window or something and they die. I don't know. That could be a fun like first hero act. Is like you don't quite know how to do it yet, so like you catch the bus, but people still like fall in the bus or something, and
Did
so
you
they
see
like.
Blue Beetle?
No,
I
I
don't
didn't.
remember if you saw it. There's
He
a
cuts a
great
bus
scene. I
in
think it was
half,
in the
right?
trailer. Yeah, where he like accidentally cuts a bus.
Yeah, he's like the
It's
third
he's
superhero
because-
movie to do that.
I thought it was really well done for them.
It's like the third superhero movie to cut
But
a bus in half.
I would say it directly relates to your kind of
Yeah.
like his first
Yeah.
foray out.
Yeah.
And he fucks up.
I do
the
need to
saving
watch
the
it
bus
though
full of
because I do
people
love
trope.
Sholo and Blue Beetle, so
It was so fun.
you need to watch that movie. Anyway, so yeah, we'll subvert that. I think like kind of if that's a fun first one. If they kind of fail a little bit, I think that's fun. And the first one, I remembered
Alien
like
invasions.
Alien Invasion. I love Alien Invasions. Embrace Alien Invasions all the way. Alien Invasions are fun. Alien Invasions are interesting. Alien Invasions are awesome. Yes, pro Alien Invasion.
I was so thrilled to put this round together because I knew we were going to be the exact opposite.
Are you gonna kill alien invasions? I
I'm
hate you
gonna
so
kill
much.
alien invasions. God, I. Here's the thing: when there's like a scale of destruction and life lost and stuff, suddenly I feel like the stakes are kind of gone for me. Like, oh, they blew up New York is so much less effective for me as a reader than, oh, this bus is dangling off the edge of a bridge and you can see the people going, ah, help me, Superman. Uh, so I'm gonna kill alien invasions. Okay, it has its place. This is my personal killing. Um, Bus full of innocence.
This is the one that has offended me the most out of everything you've done in this segment so far.
That I expected it to. That's why I put it towards the bottom. Bus full of innocence. I'm gonna fully embrace. There's a phenomenal. I think it's during the Cataclysm storyline, a phenomenal issue of Nightwing where he's like going through and I think pretty much the entire issue is him systematically removing people from a bus that's about to fall, and it's
You see,
so
that only
good.
works for me
It's
when it's
so
Flash. I like Flash, like grabbing everybody, or somebody with super speed grabbing everybody out of
that's
a.
fair. But the thing is, with the Nightwing issue, it was so tense because it like had these stages of danger. It was so good. I
I
I
feel like I'm the
love the
opposite of you on
bustle
that. When it's something
innocence.
like a bus like that, like the only I have no stakes there because I'm like, does it really impact us as a reader if anybody here dies?
I mean, I'd say that that's exploded to the extreme when it's an entire city falling off the edge of a cliff. But
Yeah, but then it's more likely that somebody lives in that city that's a named character that I actually will care about. So
you got me there. And then I am going to subvert the friendly neighborhood hero acts. I love like little acts of heroism in the community. I think the literal saving a cat from a tree possibly overdone. Uh, they did it really well in the Doom Patrol TV show though with Flex
was that in
Mentallo.
season
Like
one? I
I
don't remember.
believe, yeah, it's in season one.
I don't
There's a
remember.
kid who
It's
has
been
a
a
cat
while
in a
since I
tree and
watched
he like
season one.
flexes to pop the cat down too. It's
Hmm.
super cute.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
But
It's been
yeah,
a
I
while.
think that it does need to have a little more meat on the bones. Like make us care about this person who is having this very low stakes conflict. Uh, so focusing on
I
that, the
I
person who
like
needs
on
the
the
help
way.
instead of focusing on the hero, I think is a good way to kind of get a different perspective on our hero.
I feel like if they don't, here's what I'll say: if they don't like stick around to pose and like celebrate it, I think it's better. Like if the Flash runs by and the cat's just suddenly in the person's arms on the ground
Right? That's
or
such a
something
good
like
way.
that, like I prefer that because then I'm like they're not wasting time on it. They're not, but like when they go like, here's your thing. Oh, thank you, Superman. You're so nice. Aren't I such a good guy?
I also love that you chose the Flash there because I feel like Barry notoriously hangs out and chats with people, but I know you're
Yeah,
more of a Wally guy.
I am more
Uh,
of a Wally guy.
Speed of Legacy
Wally is
Joe.
superior on every fucking level.
I love
I
Barry.
have a friend. I love this quote from anything interesting about Barry was Wally's first because before Wally became
Roast
Flash
my
and Barry
boy.
was resurrected and given like several of Wally's personality traits, Barry had like no personality.
I mean, slander, but fine. Uh, all right, our next round. Uh, this is a little bit of a silly round. I've said that about a few of them, but it's a silly game. All right,
It is a
D-list
silly game.
villains. We both
So
love
Kite
D-list
Man,
villains.
hell yeah.
Kite Man, yeah, hell yeah. Uh, Personality matching powers. So the angry person has fire.
Mm.
The like ADHD one has teleportation, that type of thing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And C, my personal favorite, monster modesty. When someone is like the Hulk or something, and he
He
keeps his
doesn't have his
jorts on.
pants.
He
Oh.
keeps
Oh.
no,
Oh.
the
Oh.
fact that
Oh.
he always keeps his pants. Or
Gotcha.
in my
Gotcha. Gotcha.
favorite case, when there's like a tactical tuft of fur.
That's targeted. That was targeted. That was targeted. And I do not accept that. That was rude. Elton, I will defend your honor right now.
I love the
No
tactical
one wants
tuft
to
of
see
fur.
junk hanging in the comic book, man.
I
I'm
love the
so
tactical
sorry,
fur.
Elton. You do a very good job with your
You do,
tactical
and
tuft.
you do a very good tactical tuft. I didn't say that I
Wow,
didn't like it.
that's crazy. Well,
All
well
right.
now I have to embrace monster modesty because Nobody wants to just see it unless it's like Watchmen and we're seeing like the blue dong very important to the plot. Like we don't need to see a monster's dong, you know? Don't
Or
want
what was
that.
it, Batman Damned, that had Batman's Wang out?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Bruce Wang.
yeah. It's Bruce Wayne. But like, yeah, we don't need to. My thing's more of like I don't mind like, but we don't need like every time like X hero, if like their hero form, you know, and they don't wear clothes or whatever, and their hero form is like this monstrous being. I don't want every time they're fighting crime them just to be hanging their genitals out. Like I feel like that's a
I
nice bit for
mean,
all of
you
us.
know, the Hulk could just not have a day.
We're not Ken dolling or Barbie dolling everybody.
Why
Like
not?
we are not. We no. I we're embracing that. That's a good bit. I'm sorry. I always do that. I get like so out of my first one that I forget the other two. Just quickly.
All right, D-list villains and personality matching powers.
Ooh, I'm gonna subvert personality matching powers. I like opposites. I like personality
Ooh.
clashing with powers. I think
We
that's a
saw that a
fun
little bit
one.
in Human Target
Yeah,
with Ice, where she's like, "Oh, everyone thinks that I'm this like nice snow themed villain,
yeah.
or
I
hero."
don't mind powers. Yeah. I don't mind powers matching either. Um, which is why I'm not killing it, but I think it's a fun one to subvert. And that means that I'm killing D-list villains, which is unfortunate. But you know what? Heroes kill them sometimes, so we're just matching it. Yeah, I
I'm gonna
hate that. I'm
cry.
sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
good.
Kite Man. Hell yeah, they're very fun, but I think in the overall scheme of comics, they don't add as much as these other things. So
That's fair. That's fair.
that's where I'm at. I
I'm gonna
enjoy all of them.
disagree with you. I am going to also fully embrace monster modesty. I
We
do
don't need to see that.
genuinely love the tactical tuft,
We don't need to see
and I don't think the Hulk should be a Ken doll. Uh,
that.
um, I am going to subvert the D-list villains. Um,
Is that like
I
D-list
think
villain
that
becoming a supervillain?
maybe, or like if we take them seriously, like I feel like we have had a couple of chats where it's like there are two ways to deal with a D-list villain, where it's like there's the kind of comical energy of, oh, you guys are silly, let me crack jokes about you, or there's like the kind of brutal dealing with them, which, you know, could end up
Like
killing
the
them. I don't think
Rorschach.
needs
I think Rorschach threw him down an elevator shaft. Oh damn!
to. Yeah, but like the difference between Nightwing in, you know, fighting Kite Man versus like Batwoman fighting Calendar Man or Kite Man, just I think that treating them brutally
I like that. I'm a
is a
fan of
good
that.
subversion.
I,
And I'm
I
gonna
like
just
seeing a
get rid of
D-list villain just get
personality
the
matching
comeuppance.
powers. I think there's a way to do it where it like
You heard it here
feels
first, folks.
coincidentally.
Katie hates the Hulk. Um,
Is that his personality?
yeah, gets angry, becomes a monster. You know, has what's it? DID, dissociative identity disorder. Powers match that. I think that's a
Fair enough. Fair enough. Uh, I guess I was trying to think of
Human
how
Torch. Katie
being
hates the Human
giant
Torch.
and green is a
Yeah.
personality.
No. Katie hates the Human Torch. We'll go with that. There you go.
There we go. There we go. But yeah, I think that it could be like a coincidental thing, but
Yeah.
especially when it's like kind of a side character, it's like, oh no, we want to understand this character's powers. So
That's super
yeah,
fair.
I really
Yeah.
really hate that. So I'm just gonna pluck it out of the zeitgeist.
No, that's super fair. Side character where it's just like their entire personality and power is summed up by this one thing: angry slash hot, cold slash. Yeah, that's super fair.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at it. That's super fair. I'm with you on that.
All right. Are you ready for our final round?
I'm ready for the final round.
Yet again, a bit of a goofy one. Uh,
Man,
animal heroes. So
it's
animal themed heroes. You know, you've
yeah.
got your Batmans, your Catmans.
So we're talking like the old
Exactly.
school
We're
word
talking
man
names.
or
We're talking
woman.
naming conventions.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
talking like the old school animal dash name dash man slash
I was
woman.
gonna say Animal Dash Man. I actually don't
Yeah.
think Animal Man has a dash. Weirdly enough.
Neither does
Uh,
Batman.
he did when he first came out.
No, he didn't. Did he?
I'm 90% sure that
Spider-Man.
he did.
I don't think
Spider-Man
Batman.
certainly did, but I think Batman originated with a Bat Dash Man. I could be wrong.
Me pulling it up here. Detective Comics. Nope. Here, I'm gonna send you an image from first appearance of Batman.
Here's the
So
thing, I believe you. But I also feel rather confident that at least somewhere in the history, there was a period of time where he was Bat Dash Man. In any case,
First appearance. Yep.
circling back around to our final round, we have animal themed hero names, element
Yes.
themed hero names, and just to
Ooh.
spite you, color themed hero names.
Color themed hero names are the best. Any hero that has green in their name is immediately going to be an S tier superhero. That's just a guarantee. There's not a bad hero with green in their name. So we are embracing colors in the names. We love a good color. Um, Blue Beetle, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Green Hornet. Like we've got,
Red
Black
Tornado.
Lightning. We've got Red Tornado. We got a lot of good color ones. I like it. Nothing wrong with a color.
Nothing wrong with the color.
I will. I don't. How do you subvert one of these?
Yeah, they didn't all fit the bill very well.
I'm gonna subvert Animal because that's like my next favorite, and like I don't know, subverting just Animal Man because it's literally Animal.
There you
I
go.
don't know.
Perfect.
Is it maybe if they're just called the Animal without the man?
Oh, there you go.
Is anybody named like Bronze Tiger? Is that maybe a
Vixen.
subversion? Vixen. Maybe those are the subversions.
There you go. That's a
So
subversion.
we'll take those. I think that's a win. I think just an animal name is a cool name. We're gonna kill the element names. I don't think as many of those are probably good. I did mention Black Lightning for like the color thing, so I guess. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones who like Storm. I
there's
don't think Storm's
Fire
good.
and
Like Storm's
Ice.
become because Storm's a cool like character. Like Storm, I think we've gotten used to. I don't think Storm's inherently a good name. So we're gonna throw away the element names.
There you go. There you go. I might match up. I'm gonna subvert color. Your name is just blue.
Your name's just blue. Maybe
no,
it's the radiance. Maybe subverting the colors like radiant
there you
black,
go.
radiant red. Yeah.
There you go. You know what? I'll do that. I'll subvert color. Another shout out to Kyle Higgins.
Kyle
Uh,
Higgins.
I'm gonna embrace the animals. I think it's fun. I think that it then lends itself well to like, I don't know, iconography.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I'm also gonna kick out those element heroes. Get out of here,
Yeah, they're not.
Flame Bird.
Yeah, like is there an S tier? I guess Storm. Outside of Storm, is there like an S tier hero that's like got an element in their name?
I feel like there must be, and we've just disassociated it from the element.
Between colors or like animals, you'd be losing like the 7 Justice League members, like OG. You'd be losing like top tier heroes. I don't know if outside of Storm, you're losing any like S tier. Invisible Woman, maybe, is that considered like an element?
Sure, we'll say that. We're destroying Invisible Woman and Storm by destroying the element theme.
I don't know.
Oh, Human Torch is certainly element theme.
Okay, so you're killing a couple of the Fantastic Four, but like the Fantastic Four haven't been big for like 20 years, so like
maybe Greg Capullo will change that. We'll be pulling it up.
This is when I dropped the news on Katie that Greg Capullo might not actually be doing a Fantastic Four book, and that might have just been the first of many cover variants that he had been working on.
I'm so bummed.
Yeah,
Mr.
because he's now done. He has since posted many like images of other Marvel things. Like he's doing a Ghost Rider cover, and several of them have now been revealed to be covers. So I think he might just be doing variant cover work for Marvel.
Bro, what a bummer. Well,
get back on sequentials, please. Capullo. What sequentials?
All right, well, that is the extent of the Subvert, Embrace, Eliminate list that I made.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, please join in the conversation if any of these Subvert, Embrace, Eliminates spoke to you, sound off, or if you have some of your own that you've come up with. Perhaps we will revisit this beautiful little game in a future episode.
It's gonna be the hardest creator corner to edit down in the history of this show. This creator corner is the length of our podcast.
I'm sorry that I'm just too fun.
We're at 55 minutes on this creator corner. This is gonna be a pain.